Hello, everybody. It is Burns. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome to the Real Juicy Detox. Welcome to my beach room. I'm Burns. I am your certified detox specialist. And tonight we are going to be talking about detox symptoms and what to expect when you're going through the detox process. So welcome, everybody. If you are tuning in, if you can hear me, let me know. I'm double checking to make sure everything is okay, and I think everything is fine. So yes, we are here. Let me know if you are tuning in. Say hello in the comments, and I'll bring up your comments and your questions on the screen so that we can connect with each other. Kristen is here. How are you doing, darling? What amazing things have you gotten up to today? Oh my gosh, it was so much fun talking about your success yesterday in yesterday's class, Kristen. Everybody was so blown away by you, including myself. I'm always blown away by you. How was your day? What did you do? Did you go to the beach? Dee is here. Hello, Dee. Hello, everyone, says Dee. Oh, great timing. Great timing. Give me 1 second. Hey, thank you. Take care. Bye. Hello, Dottie. All right, you know what I need to do? I need to turn down my sound on my laptop. Hey there, Cheryl. Cheryl is here. How are you doing, honey? Hope you're having a great day. I had an awesome day. Went for a nice long walk in the forest. Oh my gosh, we went off the beaten path. So good. Kristen, pool and sunshine, lots of walking and rebounding. Beautiful, beautiful. That's so amazing. That is so amazing. Yeah, so today we're going to be talking all about detox symptoms and how, intense they can be sometimes, right, Kristen? You know all about that. Cheryl, I'm sure you've had your detox symptoms. Dee, you've had your detox symptoms. You've had your healing. We've all had healing on this protocol, which is absolutely amazing. And I want to get into talking about, before we actually start talking about what detox symptoms we might be experiencing as we go through the cleansing process, I want to remind everybody that these symptoms are so normal. It is not, nothing is going wrong. So often we are not comfortable with any discomfort in our body. And the first sign of what we would classify as a symptom of discomfort or illness, the first thing that we do is we run to the doctor because we think, oh, they're going to be able to give me something to make this go away. But that, my friends, is just continuing to treat the symptoms of what you're going through. I think I didn't turn down my volume on my phone. Give me 1 second. Yeah, I think that was what it is. There we go. Now I don't hear myself echoing. Consciousness says, oh my God, hi. Oh my gosh, hi, Consciousness. So good to see you. So glad that you caught us live tonight. Oh yeah, still detoxing. It's a long process, but worth it. You know, I think as long as we are in our bodies, we're going to be having to go through some amount of detox, right? But the goal is to always stay on a really healthy, clean lifestyle so that we don't have to detox a whole lot, because we got ourselves all clean through this whole process, and Dot came inside. Oh boy, it's like there's a lot going on in this house too right now. Give me 1 second. She wants to go out. She came in 2 seconds ago, and of course she wants to go out already. Dot, seriously, girl. Come on. Are you going out? Hey. Okay. All right. She's in and she's out. Or as my girlfriend Candy says, the cat is never on the right side of the door. It's always like, let me in or let me out. Let me in or let me out. It's a cat's life, man. I'm telling you. She lives a good life. All right. What do you say we get started? I am sure there are going to be other class members that pop in, but let's get started on our class. Why not? Let's get started, shall we? So what to expect when you're detoxing? I love this meme. I saw this the other day on Facebook and I just thought, oh my gosh, that is so perfect. perfectly illustrates what we are doing in this process. Clean out your cells, interstitial spaces with raw alkaline food. So what we have to realize is that when we go through a detox process, what we're doing is we're cleaning out all of the spaces in between every single cell in the body. Every single cell in the body gets these acids and this buildup of inflammation and cholesterol and calcium deposits all in between our cells, in addition to all of the toxic acids that we've been eating. Everybody is popping in now. Hello, everybody. If you're just tuning into class, welcome. Welcome to class, everybody. Welcome, welcome. I thought we'd just get started. So why don't we just keep going? Drop your hellos in the comments for sure. And as we go through tonight's class, as always, I would love for you guys, if anything resonates with you, if you feel like, oh my God, that's me, I had that, or I've experienced that, or talking about how you overcame that, how you worked through it, please feel free to drop a comment about that. And after I do the teaching slides of the detox symptoms and what to expect when you're detoxing, I will then come back and read your questions and comments, because class participation is so important at the Real Juicy Detox. It is so helpful for us as we are healing ourselves, for us to feel this sense of community. This sense of community is so important, right? Because for a lot of people, we are really doing this out here on our own, and we don't know, is this the right thing to do? Sometimes our family gives us pushback on it. Sometimes our friends think we're crazy for eating all this fruit, even though we're frugivores by design, right? So the community, and that everybody is tuning in and saying hello. I love that. I love that. I love that. I love that. You know what? Let me drop in with the other comments. Rockstar Ruiz is here. Hello, just ate half a watermelon. Awesome. Isn't a watermelon filling? Wow, good for you. Karen is here. Hello, Karen. So glad to see you, honey. Rachel M is here. Hello, gorgeous people. Carrie is here. Hello, all. Hi, Carrie. Niece is here. Hi, niece. Carrie is here. Isn't that a great picture? Isn't this a great picture, though? It really also fully explains and describes what's going on in our bodies as we heal and as we detox. So I'm so glad. I remember seeing this a while back, and then I had to go and find it and pull it. Oh, there we go. Now my iPad is muted. There we go. I love you, Burns. Oh, thank you, Aroha. I love you as well. Barry is here. Hi, Barry. I hope you guys are doing well. Lauren is here. Hello, hello. Brenda is here. Hi, Brenda. Thank you so much for coming to class. Love that meme. I love this meme. Cleaning out the interstitial spaces. What does that mean? The interstitial spaces, the spaces in between every single cell. Hello, hello, everyone, says Consciousness. Kim Kershaw, watch my friend. She's amazing. Oh my gosh, thank you so much for recommending this class out to your friends. And if any of you find any value from what I teach, please share it with your people. Share it with your people. You never know whose life is going to be changed that day because they saw something that you posted. They were inspired by your journey. You got to remember too that a lot of people are not really seeing all of your posts all the time, right? Either they're busy or the algorithm just isn't putting it out to all of your friends, or they just don't see it. So whenever you can share anything that you're doing, that's why I share this on my social media every single day, because it might drop into the right person's awareness at the right time. You know what I mean? I can say that better. I'm going to mute that as well. There we go. Now I have no extra sound. That's not true. I totally do. Do I need to turn down the volume on all of my things? Like, really? Excuse me 1 second. Oh no, I don't want to turn you off. Give me 1 second, you guys. I think I messed up a setting here. You know, Yeah. Okay, give me 1 second. Oh boy, this is not a good thing. Let me see if that works. Let me know if you hear any feedback. All right. Um, I hope I didn't mess that up. I apologize. I'm distracted. Is this live in the Real Juicy Detox group too? No, I do not stream it live in the Real Juicy Detox group because I really want to train you guys, so to speak, to look for the live video on my Facebook page, And here's the reason why. You can't, if you see this, if I share it out to the Real Juicy Detox group and somebody comments in that post, I don't see the comments. So this is where I'm able to see the comments and pull the comments up. Hey, Burns, I have a friend here with me. Tell him what meat does to his body. Well, I'm going to tell you, meat is very destructive to your body. It's not bioavailable protein. It's not bioavailable amino acids. It's dead. It decays in the gut, and it causes all sorts of problems: parasites, worms, acidosis. All destruction in your body is caused by an acid chemical mix in your body. When you eat meat, the residue that it leaves behind is very highly acidic. It's very toxic. It's very unkind to animals as well. Like, think about it. Why are we eating the flesh of animals when it's not even bioavailable to the body? It's because we are addicted to the meat, and I get it. What's your friend's name? Consciousness. I get it. I was a Trini. I was a Trini too. And I grew up eating all of the delicious Trinidadian meat. I love everything Trini, and a lot of our cooking, as you know, is very meat and animal based. It is very destructive to the body. And I challenge you, dear friend of ours, I challenge you to give yourself 7, 10, whatever, 1 day of eating only fruit and see how you feel. I bet you money your bowels are going to feel better. I bet you money you're going to feel a whole lot better. And I'm going to be getting into the class notes in a minute, and we're going to be starting out with what are the benefits of doing a detox program. What are the benefits of detoxing for your body? So stick around, friend. I'm glad that you are here. I keep getting feedback, and it keeps pausing. Also blurry. Don't know if it's just my end. Dang it. Anybody else having issues with the stream? Let me go into Facebook. Give me 1 second. Okay, it's looking really clear on my side. It's looking pretty clear on my side. Let me know. A true Trini, Isa Trini, absolutely. Let me know if it is fixed, if it is any better. Maybe try refreshing your browser, Kristen. That might help, but I think it looks all right on my side. Okay. Hi there, Sherry. Sherry is dropping into class. Sherry says, made it juicing fruit all day today. That is awesome. His name is Strong. He loves fish. Well, honey, fish has so much toxins in it. Again, it's a living creature. It's a living being. You think that fish wants to end up on your plate? It doesn't. It's very high in toxins as well. All of the pollutants that we put into our water systems, and that then goes out into our rivers and our streams and our oceans. Where do you think our fishermen are fishing? They're fishing right off the coast, right? All of that runoff is going into their system, and you are re-ingesting all of the plastics, all of the chemicals, all of the toxins, and those toxins, chemicals, and pesticides, everything, the runoff from the land. We're heating that stuff up. It's a nightmare. The worms, I understand. Trinidad is an island, and as island people, we fish and we eat the seafood. It's right there. It's beautiful, except it's not beautiful in your body. It's not beautiful in your body. It damages, it destroys, it creates an acid ash residue when it's burnt off, and that causes destruction in your body. I know you love fish. I did too. Oh my God, shrimp, lobster, fish, all of it. All of it. And I ate it a lot, and it caused a lot of destruction in my body. And when I stopped eating animal products, I saw a marked improvement in my health. All right. 55 years old. I'll be 56 this year. I'm vibrant. I'm healthy. I'm eating highly electric food that is extremely high in energy. The energetics, the electromagnetic energy of living food, in particular fruits, is undeniable. Where is my favorite chart? There we go. Let's look at this for a minute. All right, fresh raw fruit has 8,000 to 10,000 angstroms of electromagnetic energy, whereas cooked meat has 0 angstroms of electromagnetic energy. So not only is the meat that you're eating filled with toxins and chemicals that you don't want in your body, not only that, but you get 0 electrical cellular dynamic energy from that food. It's not food for the human frugivore. We are designed to eat fruit. Our cells need oxygen and fructose, glucose, in order for our bodies to produce on a cellular level energy. And when you eat food that is devoid of that, that's devoid of fiber as well, where is your energy for life coming from on that plate? It's non-existent. And in order to process that food through the digestive system, that takes a lot of digestive energy for no return on your investment. Is that what you want to be doing? That's like putting money into the bank and just walking away from it. Because you're putting food in your belly and you're just walking away with less money than you have now. I don't know if that was the right analogy, but you know what I mean. You're getting nothing back. You're at a deficit energetically. So ask yourself, after you eat meals that have fish, that have meat, that have eggs, dairy, rice, beans, all of the acid forming stuff, processed highly refined sugars and carbs like bread and pasta. And I know there are some people that think that that's really a great thing to eat and everything, but at least even that stuff leaves behind an acid residue in the body. And you don't get the electromagnetic payback from it, from the natural cellular dynamic energy contained within the food. But when you drink and eat fruits and vegetables and living food, this energy, the cellular dynamic energy in this still living food, is diffused directly through your cell wall as you sip it, like from the moment it enters your mouth. So it's all about what kind of a life that you want to live, right? Strong? Do you want to live a strong, healthy life, vibrant, electric? Or do you want to live a dead life? All right. Let me see. He challenges me to tell him what you're eating and he'll try. Well, right now we are on a 10-day fruit detox. So for the last 10 days, I'll tell you, for the last 4 days, we're on day 4. By the way, guys, drop it in the comments if you are on our 10-day fruit detox with me. Say hashtag 10-day fruit detox. Day 4. Drop it in the comments. What I'm eating right now, I'll tell you what I had to eat today so far. And I post this as well on my Insta stories. I posted yesterday, or the day 1, I posted everything that I ate. This morning, I started with cantaloupe juice and some slices of cantaloupe. I had a liter of cantaloupe juice and about a third of a cantaloupe chopped up and eaten. Then I had 4 bananas, and after an hour, those 4 bananas I had right before my hour-and-a-half walk. And then when I came home, I got in the car and I had another 500 milliliters of cantaloupe and watermelon juice. Then when I got home, I made a huge, kind of like a gazpacho with mango, tomato, peppers. And by the way, mangoes and peppers are considered fruits in the vegetable. They're vegetable fruits. They're fruit vegetables or vegetable fruits. What else was in there? Sun-dried tomatoes and dates and some cilantro and some shadow benny. Yes, I actually put three leaves of shadow benny in there as well, and which is culantro. For those of you who don't know, that is an herb that grows in Trinidad that we use in our cooking. And I blended that up, and that was delicious. It satisfied and I put a little bit of Frank's Red Hot on the top after I made it. It's completely satisfied. Oh, and a little tiny piece of garlic. It totally satisfies your craving for something vibrant and alive and savory. And it was still high fruit and high water fruit. It was like a thick gazpacho soup. You know what I mean? And then for a snack right before class, I had 3 plums. And then I'm drinking now some watermelon juice, another watermelon juice. And then this evening after class, I think I might, I don't know, I might have some watermelon to eat. I might have a couple more bananas. I love the fullness that the bananas are giving me. I have no cravings. I have no hunger pains. I have no, I feel really balanced and really good, you know? I've been doing this since June 1st, 2020. I'm coming up on my 1-year anniversary, you guys. And I've lost 30 pounds. I have healed so many things in my body, including inflammation, pain, an addiction to pain medication. My cellulite is almost all gone, which is like, yay. My skin has improved. Did I mention I'm 55 years old? But that is because I'm eating all of these beautiful electric living foods. I'm not skimping out. I'm not depriving myself. I'm eating a very abundant living food protocol. And because of that, I have a very abundant living life. I'm very energetic. Last night I was up until I had to put myself to bed at 1 a.m. because it was like, girl, get yourself to bed. You need your rest. That is important for you. But I was so high energy because I've just been pounding back the fruit, baby. Pounding back the fruit. So that's since I've started the 10-day detox. And that's after I started the 10-day detox. And usually when I'm not doing a high detox like that, I'm also including into that protocol. I'm just switching my my class notes here. I have, in addition to that, I will also add in maybe some avocado when I'm not on a high detox protocol. I like to do high detox protocol and then nice and gentle, easy detox lifestyle where I'm still adding in some higher fat food, about 10% of what all of my calories are. I don't count calories. I just eyeball it, like an avocado, or I might have some nuts in my dressing, or I might have some seeds. So that is what I have. I do not eat these are my non-negotiables of what I will never put in my body ever again, because I know what it caused before. It caused this madness in my body. You see this cute little meme? Like, look at it really closely, right? Because that's what I was doing to myself, where all this dark stuff is right up top here in this section here. This is what I was doing to myself. And this is why I gave myself cancer. That's right. That's right. And I don't do that to myself anymore, and I never will. These are my non-negotiables. No meat, no chicken, no fish, no eggs, no dairy of any kind, no processed carbohydrates, no processed refined sugar, no beans and rice. What else? I don't drink alcohol anymore. I mean, at one point I was a freaking alcoholic. I'm not going to lie. Like when you start drinking in the middle of the day and try to hide it before your kids come home from school, you got a problem. You've got a problem. And I was there. This was back in 2013. That's where I was, you know, and right up until right before I started this program as well, I was also drinking alcohol. So, you know, you got to make your choices. I won't have any soy products unless it's non-GMO, because soy is one of the most heavily pesticide sprayed and genetically modified crops in the world. I will not have protein powder ever again in my life. That is a ruse, baby. That is a scam to get your money. Yeah, because highly processed, highly cooked animal product in there. And we don't need that. That's just not where we get our bioavailable amino acids. So I won't put any supplements in my body. I won't put any antibiotics in my body. I won't destroy my body anymore, because everything that we need for a healthy, vital life is contained within our fruits. We are frugivores, and we have completely damaged ourselves by being on this crazy roller coaster ride with food that is not really food, because we've been told that it's food. Told by whom? Told by big pharma, which owns big agriculture. I'm telling you, most of the stuff that we see in grocery stores is poison, and it's toxic, and it should not be allowed to be consumed. My goodness. My goodness. So I hope that that inspires anybody who needs a little inspiration right now, because let me tell you what, guys, we only have one body, and there's only so much clogging up of our system that this body can handle. There's only so much junk that you can put in it, that before long you're going to be in pain and suffering. And we see more and more young people dealing with this. The amount of young people that we see who are depressed, who have anxiety, who have mental health issues, a lot of that, if not all of that, can be cleaned up. And when you look at their diet, you can see why. They're destroying their adrenal glands. They're destroying their parathyroid gland. The adrenal gland's responsible for anxiety. The parathyroid gland responsible for feelings of depression and feelings of low self-worth. What could we heal in the body, in the mind, in the spirit, in the soul, by healing the body, by not putting in these toxins anymore? How much pain do you want to suffer with, right? When is enough going to be enough? We need to take our health really seriously, and it's fun. Listen, it's not like, oh, this is going to be like time for some licks, as we say in Trinidad, right? When you do something really bad and you get licks, you get spanked. This is not about that, but sometimes we really need to hear it in a more, wake up kind of way. You guys know I love you. That's why I do this every single day. You guys know I love you. And, just like how I love my daughter, and sometimes I will let her do whatever, I'm very allowing, I would think you would say, as a parent. I'm not afraid for my kids. I know that they're on their own journey to experience life in the way that they chose to come here to experience it, without me overlording them and being a helicopter parent. I'm the furthest thing from a helicopter parent. One of those parents that just hover over their children every move that they make, right? He says he's going to do it. Brilliant. Let me just finish my point. But when I see so I allow them to have their life experience, but every now and then they need a little, hey, come on, enough of that. They need a little tough love sometimes, and they know that it is wrapped in so much love. And it's the same thing with you guys. I love you so much. I want you to feel good. I want you to be out of the roller coaster of pain and suffering. And you're not going to find the solution in a doctor's office. You are not. They are not there to truly assist you in your healing. All right. Unlike medical doctors medical doctors spend very little time with you. How much time have you ever spent in a doctor's office? If you were to come to me as a certified detox specialist, as a one-on-one client, our first initial appointment is a minimum of 2 hours, usually 4 hours long, where I'm getting to know you. I'm learning about what what your health concerns are, what your symptoms are, and what your life is like, because it's not just about your physical symptoms. A lot of times it's about the emotional wounds and the emotional traumas that you've experienced and that are literally stuck in your body. And some of us, right, we know that we don't need to be hyper focused on losing weight. It's about getting healthy. But, we got all these stories going on in our mind that, oh my God, no, you got to lose this weight and all of that stuff. It's not just about losing the inflammation and losing the excess cholesterol from all the acids that you put in there by the food that you eat, right? A lot of times it's about talking to you as a person, like how I'm talking to you here, right? And in that 2 to 4 hours, we really go in depth, not only about your symptoms, but it's an education, like it's a one-on-one direct education with you, so that I can educate you about how you can make better lifestyle choices to address the cause of all of those symptoms that you might have been experiencing. Right? Isn't that amazing? And because I can't do a lot of one-on-one coaching, because that takes up a lot of time, and what better way than to do this in this kind of group setting where you guys can come and ask questions and have your questions answered, so that you can learn how to transform your life, how to transform your lifestyle choices, so that you don't continue to be suffering and in pain. You ain't getting that in no doctor's office, because they're all about, what are your symptoms? Here's a prescription. Yeah. That's not what we do here. Here at the Real Juicy Detox and with Dr. Morse's work, and any detox specialist worth their salt, they're going to be high on the education. Educate, 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 so that we can understand how we can heal our bodies. Isn't that why you came? Isn't that what you guys are here for? And sometimes we need to hear it. We need to hear it. We need to hear it. Hi, Nancy. Nancy is here. We're about to start class, everybody. We're just warming up, as we always do in the beginning of class, and we check in with each other. Fruity Warrior is here. Yay, I made it. Yay. Leah is here. Welcome, Leah. Sharon is here. Hello, everyone. Fruity Warrior is saying, I was just having a heated conversation with someone. Someone said you need to mix watermelon juice with other fruits. I said, no, you need to drink watermelon juice on its own. You're right, babe. Absolutely. We know this. Eat melons alone or leave them alone. But that's okay. It's okay for other people to not agree with what you're doing, or with what I'm saying, or with what Dr. Morse is saying. That's all right. Just say, oh, okay. All right. And you keep putting in your body what you know to put in your body and how you know how to do it. Right? Can't change everybody, and you can't convince everybody. That's not your goal. Your goal is to get yourself healthy. Stay focused. Hi there, Teresa. So glad that you are here. I think you're new, Teresa. Let me ring the bell for a new student. Welcome to class. Welcome to class. So glad you're here. Cheryl says, I certainly don't want to live a life of pain. That's why I changed. Yeah. Cheryl, our girl Cheryl, man. Cheryl, you are a rock star. Look at Cheryl, you guys. You want to see strong, and anybody else who's watching, what a year on fruits. 100, and this was 113 days. This was a couple days ago. What are you at, Cheryl, now? 115 days. This is what Cheryl was looking like last summer of 2020. Who remembers the summer of 2020? Let me see. Anybody else out there remember 2020? Oh yeah, that was a memorable year. Oh yeah. Well, nobody's ever going to forget the year of 2020, baby. The year of clarity for a lot of us. And Cheryl had enough clarity to realize that she's got to do something different this time, because what she's been doing so far has not been working. And look at Cheryl. So if you want a little bit of inspo, a little bit of motivation, a little bit of reason to get this going, don't take my word for it, although I know I can be very compelling. Take Cheryl's word for it. Look at her. Cheryl, come on. And she gained another 10 years. Another 10 years. She feels that she gained on her life, and she's absolutely right. Did Cheryl eat salads or just fruit? Well, I'm pretty sure she was high fruit, and she continues to be high fruit. I would say probably from what I can see of her amazing daily posts on what she eats. You guys, if you're not in the Facebook group, get on board. Get in there. Link is in the description of this video. It's a free group to join. Like, what are you waiting for? High fruit, high fruit. The power of fruit is undeniable to heal the body. Yes, vegetables are great. I'm not saying don't have vegetables. 80% of your diet should be and could be coming from fruits very easily. But, we have this fear of sugar. And if you watch the sugar class, right, you would not have that fear anymore. The power is in the fruit. High fruit, lots of juicing, and salad at night. Pretty much what I'm doing usually on my non 10-day fruit detox program. The 10-day fruit detox program is just to amp up the accelerated detoxification level. But my main focus has been for the last year very similar to Cheryl's. A little bit of cooked food now and then, and about a month and a half before I started transitioning back to mainly raw, when I was getting the house ready to sell this spring, I was doing more cooked food. And I frigging love how much better I feel doing all raw again. It's powerful. Thank you so much. Are you talking to me or are you talking to Cheryl? We both look amazing. We're both the same age too. That's so cool. We're both the same age. I love it. All right. Let me quickly scan and make sure that I've caught all of the major comments in here. Yes, Cheryl says hashtag 10-day fruit detox day 115. Roar. I love it. Yes, indeed. And we have, where is it? I caught your comment, right? Is Rockstar is in here. Looks good. Yes, indeed. Okay, good. Yeah, so I know Rockstar is here. Rockstar is here as well. Let me see. Let's see. Back to this comment, I would really recommend not to get into any heated discussion with anybody about this topic. If you're in a heated discussion with somebody and you're trying to convince somebody that this is the thing to do or whatever point on it, they're not at the level of consciousness and awareness that will be able to perceive and take this information in. And I don't mean that in an elitist kind of way whatsoever. I mean that in a genuine way. When you're eating dead, decaying, the flesh of our fellow animals on this planet, and you're eating dead, decaying flesh matter that has 0 angstroms of energy, that is not food that is full of life force, that is divinely created for you. That is the dead, decaying flesh of an animal that shouldn't be in your body, or their secretions. How can you expect to be having thought processes that match that of an elevated, more divine nature when you're eating death? So don't get in a heated discussion with anybody. The moment you do that, you lower yourself down to that energy and vibration of density. It's instead of lightness. When you eat living food, you raise your level of consciousness and awareness. You become less dense. It's lighter. It's literally in the word electrolyte. Electro meaning electricity, the electromagnetic energy in the food. Light, electrolyte, it's literally in the food, right? That makes sense, right? I'm not completely losing my mind over here, am I? I don't think so. No, I'm not actually. I know. I jest. Good evening, Anne-Marie. Good evening. Day 4 of oranges. Beautiful. I love that. How are you feeling? Babe? Carrie says 10-day plus challenge, baby. Yes, indeed. Sharon is fruiting it up. Look at all these people. You think I'm just out here just talking about this and nobody's doing this? Jump on board, man. All of these people are jumping on board. All of these beautiful spiritual beings having a physical experience and wanting to heal their bodies. That's what this is about. That's what we are all about here. Fruity Warrior says hashtag 10-day fruit detox. I had 3 liters of watermelon juice, 1 liter of orange juice. Beautiful. Yes, Lois is in the house. I'm finally here. Just dropped off my hubby to pick up his car. Sounds like another great class. Hi, everyone. Hi, Burns. Lois, it's always a great class. It's always better when you're here, of course, but it's always a great class, I think. Hello, Renee. So glad to see you here, honey. Welcome to class. Cheryl was LOLing at my licks. It's true. Nothing more fun than feeling great. I'm telling you, baby. It's so true. It's so true. So strong. Jump on board. You have the perfect support right there with you in the person who's sitting right beside you. Look to your side. Is she on your left or your right? Look over. That person that you're looking at right now, who's smiling at you with that big, beautiful smile of hers, she's going to help you out. She's going to support you. You guys can do this together. Right? When you stumble and fall, she'll be there to physically, literally hold your hand and pick you up and say, come, let's go eat some mangoes. Like, enough of this. Let's go start over again. We never start over. Let's keep going. Right? Perfect. How much do I charge? I have my website up. I'm really not doing a lot of one-on-one clients right now. But if you have a look on my website, Renee, all of the pricing is there. I don't like discussing pricing of my coaching on these classes because that's not what this is about. I'm just saying, when you work closely with a really good certified detox specialist, such as myself, and I do think I am one of the best, according to my clients, what was I saying there? Go and check out the website, The Real Juicy Detox. Yes, the doctor I use to work for booked patients every 10 minutes. 10 minutes. And they're not even in the room the whole time. Usually you're waiting there, right? Usually late. Although some doctors are pretty good. But you're in and out. The nurse sees you first and takes her thing. What are your symptoms? Okay, we'll write that down. Doctor will be in a minute. Doctor comes in. You repeat the same thing. He prescribes you something. Bam, get out of here. I got to go see somebody else, right? Right? Crazy. Renee says watermelon and lime juice is delicious. It is. I sometimes put a little lime in my watermelon juice. Really good. Cheryl says, thank you for sharing your knowledge. So many people are suffering because of their lifestyles and food, and so many people are healing themselves with their lifestyle and their food. Absolutely. Okay, let me go through here. Where am I? What can someone do to keep from getting their tonsils removed? Great question. Detox the body. Stop drinking the dairy. Dairy is one of the biggest causes because it's very mucus forming and it stays all up in here in this area. So of course it's going to cause all the cells in this area to be congested because we're drinking this high mucus bovine secretion. It's not meant to be in a human body. It's meant to be in a cow's body, not a human's body. Unless you're a baby cow. Stop it with the dairy. But you can cleanse this out. Heal all tea, really, really good. And do whatever you do, please do not get your tonsils removed. That is a major lymphatic lymph node of your entire head. You remove that, wow, you're going to start to see a lot of problems. Just a little quick sidebar. Both of my daughters developed a clicking jaw. Their whole entire jaw clicks and hurts when they chew. Now, Danica, my older daughter, just started her beautiful living food protocol and juicy detox. Kaya has been doing it for about just under a year. Right? And her clicking and her pain is gone now in her jaw. Thank God. But both of them, I had their tonsils removed because I didn't know better and I fed them a lot of crap food. So, but whatever you do, please clean up your body. Do not remove body parts. This removal of body parts in order to treat a symptom when you're not even dealing with the cause is absolute lunacy. I did it. I had 90% of my stomach removed in 2011 when I was first diagnosed with cancer. And I had 75% of my liver removed in 2017. And I got the beautiful scars to prove it. Got the beautiful scar to prove it. Right? Full on open abdominal surgery. There's nothing that says F you and F me. than having open abdominal surgery. I'm not kidding you. It's not a joke. We do not need to remove body parts. And I would have to continue removing body parts had I not found this work to turn it around from the cause. The cause. I'm not saying don't get surgery if you need to have obstructions removed, but I'm saying by all means, please take on this lifestyle, see what you can do to clean up your body, because we have only so many body parts that can be removed all the time. You know what I'm saying? It's not worth it. Because if you keep putting in what caused the problem in the first place, your problem is just going to migrate to somewhere else where you're weak. So we need to take this really seriously and take our lives back into our hands. Let's see here. Cheryl says, right now we're on hashtag 10-day fruit detox. So just fruits. That's right. No other stuff. No avocado, no nuts, no seeds, no vegetables, no leafy greens. No, it's just fruit, because I wanted to challenge myself to go 100% fruit. Of course, that is my main lifestyle. And this is my third all fruit detox, but I wanted to also see, how is my body going to react? How is my detox going to go when I also not just do fruit juices, but also chewing food? And I also wanted to give all of you a really easy entry-level step into this fruit and raw lifestyle. And I realize, I get it. Sometimes we can't, it's really hard for some people, myself included at times, to go all 100% fruit juice. But eating fruit, that's where we can really feed ourselves a lot of this dense nutrition, so we don't get the cravings, we don't get the hunger, we don't undereat. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I decided to do it, and you guys are amazing. Bob says, only problem is if you go out to a restaurant and what to eat is the only thing would be a salad. That's not true, actually. There are a lot of beautiful vegan restaurants out there. There's a lot of raw vegan restaurants. And quite frankly, a lot of mainstream restaurants that only have a salad option for you. I mean, make your choice of where you want to spend your money, number one, and how you want to feed your body. What is, I had this great meme that I wanted to share with you guys tonight. And I'm just going to really quickly format that. Give me one second here, guys, because this one is a really good one. You know, I like to share the memes, right? All right. And we are going to get into our class today. We are most definitely going to be getting into this beautiful topic of, give me 1 second. I'm doing a little artwork here on my iPad while you guys wait. But we're going to get into this beautiful topic of the detox symptoms and what to expect when you are detoxing. It's really, really good class, because a lot of us don't understand and don't know what to expect when we're detoxing. And then we get these symptoms coming up. They're cleansing symptoms, they're detox symptoms, but we think they're symptoms of illness because they look just like symptoms of illness, but they're actually symptoms of detoxing. And I want you guys to walk into this healing journey prepared for what can come. Like yesterday in class, Judy, my cousin, asked about abscesses in her mouth, and you'll see that comes up on the list of detox symptoms that you can expect to experience if you're having strong detox reactions or strong cleansing going on in the body. So let me just bring this up right here, Bob. I want all of you and everybody. I want you to ask yourself this question. Look down at your plate and ask, is this going to make me feel good? That makes it really simple. Really, really simple. When you understand that fruits, that we have the power to heal our body, and it lies in the fruits, alkaline fruits. This is why we do this course, so that we can really learn from not just, me saying to do it, but to understand why we're doing it on a really deep level. So yeah, you got to be selective, baby. You got to be selective about where you go and get your food source, even if that means restaurants. Listen, I get it. It's fun to go out to restaurants, but it's not fun to feel like crap after you get home or even while you're still at the restaurant, right? That's not fun. How the food that we put in our body makes us feel. First of all, you got to be honest with yourself. Oh, I'm going to eat that steak and I'm going to feel fine. No, you're not. All of the symptoms that you have in your body, you're not feeling fine. And it's because of what is going down on your plate and going down your gullet. So we need to wake up and we need to take action and to do this ourselves. And I get it. For me, there are not very many, if any, vegan, never mind raw vegan restaurants near me. Learn how to do it yourself. Be self-sufficient. I also, and there are a couple of raw vegan restaurants in the Toronto area that we have been to, and they're good. It's okay. But at the end of the day, I don't really know what they're putting in that. When I make it myself and I realize how easy it is to make raw vegan sushi and raw vegan burgers, or my Burnsy burgers are to live for, raw vegan pizza, beautiful dishes that just, oh my gosh, it's so good and so good for me. Almost everything that I make, I'm like, mic drop, mic drop. And I always say, if I were to buy this in a restaurant, in a really high-end vegan or raw vegan restaurant, I would not be unhappy if this showed up on my plate. Like, this is amazing. This stuff tastes great. I can make it at a fraction of the cost. It's fueling my body with mainly living food. Sometimes when I do cook, I'm cooking with alkaline forming food. I have full control and I make stuff that you can't even buy in a restaurant. So for me, it's a no-brainer. I don't need to go to a restaurant that badly to sit there, spend way more money than the food actually should be costing. I mean, I get it, the food industry. I shouldn't say that. But you know what I'm saying. I can make this for a fraction and I can make it better. But our lifestyle is such that we like to go out and we like to do our restaurant thing. And it's like, oh my God, I'm not giving up going to a restaurant. She's crazy. I'm tuning out. Burns, you're nuts. Listen, do whatever you want to do. But at the end of the day, you're the one that's suffering. So you got to decide, what am I addicted to? The social aspect of going out and drinking, having a few drinks and eating at a restaurant and blah, 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 and eating all the meat and the flesh and the eggs, supporting a meat industry that is absolutely horrific to other living creatures. Or do you want to take care of your body because you frigging deserve to live in a beautifully healthy body? What do you want? Right? Make your choice, man, because it works. Fruit works, as Cheryl says. It really does. Oh my God, you guys are amazing. Great question. Bob asked me this a couple weeks ago. Do you think if you had done the fruit detox before your surgery, you wouldn't have had to go through with it? Yes, absolutely. Because I made a decision to not go through the surgery that was scheduled for June 2020, and I went raw instead. And I'm not looking back. I've never felt better. I've never had more vibrancy. And one of the things that my liver surgeon told me was, you'll know whether this is impacting and impeding your life or your body, because you will feel it. There will be no denying it. And here I am, undeniably healthy, vibrant living. I have not booked another scan as yet because I've been really busy and it's not really high on my list of priorities, because who cares what the scan says anyhow? I'm never going to have them cut me open and take body parts out again, because I'm going after the cause now. And I don't care if it takes 1 year or 2 years or 10 years. This is what it is. Lois says, yes, your classes are rock star good, Burns Bedard. Awesome. I'm so happy that you think so too. Thanks, babe. Brenda says, my doctor finally went vegan and now discusses with me about not eating meat during our 10-minute appointment. LOL. Oh my God, that's awesome. That's awesome. But hey, at least he's on board. Like, that's phenomenal. That's amazing. Good for you. You found a good one. Oh, thank you so much. Dee says you are the best for sure. Thank you, thank you, thank you, babe. Hold on, let me move this picture. I do realize that we're starting the teaching portion of this class a little bit later, but that is okay because this is a great discussion. These are great things to really address your needs in the class. You know what I mean? That's why I love doing what I'm doing. Okay, let's see. Fruity Warrior says, I understood. All love to you. I ignore them, but tell them they want juice. But ask them if they want juice. You still offer. Good girl. Good for you. Good, or good guy. I don't know if you're, I don't know your gender. It doesn't matter, but good for you, Fruity Warrior. I'm really happy about that. Melvina says, drinking parsley juice with Granny Smith apples and lemon. That is really good, really high detoxing for the entire body, but definitely all of the glandular system, the tonsils of which are one. That's true. Lois says, I ate quite a lot of fruit today, thanks to your encouragement, Burns. And I did a first. I put about 4 stalks of fresh picked rhubarb in my morning pineapple orange juice. Tasty. Ooh. That's a great idea. Surprised me, as never in my life did I eat rhubarb unless it was in a fully loaded sugared dessert. Is rhubarb okay? I think rhubarb should be fine. Yeah, it's a living plant. I think that should be fine. Cheryl says, I saw a great post about tonsils today. I'll post it in the Real Juicy Detox group. Thank you so much, Cheryl. That is amazing. All righty. Karen says, I had my tonsils removed when I was 35 before I knew better. And this brings up another really good point. I want to touch on it really quickly. When we start learning about what we have done to our bodies and the effect that it has had on our bodies, and we realize how this is now the healing path and how much damage we have done in the past, we really have to forgive ourselves when we go through that. It is, it's one of those things that we could really beat ourselves up on. So I want you to really bear in mind that you didn't know what you didn't know. And now that you know better, you do better, I, let me just do one thing over here. Okay. Oh, as well, back to your question. I had thought about this after you asked this question the other day, Bob. I really would not change a thing about my journey because every step along the way was a necessary step to bring me to right here. Does that make sense? I needed to go through the surgeries so that I could see the contrast and the difference in how I feel now compared to how I felt then. It gave me a firsthand, up close experience with the medical system and with medical treatment of cancer. And that has given me a lot of empathy for people who are going through it. It really has. I was a different person back then. My level of awareness and consciousness and it's not that people didn't try to tell me. There are some very well-known, highly respected in the industry, raw vegans who I happen to be friends with on Instagram because we both started out in the fitness industry, me as a bikini designer and they as a fitness person. And she reached out to me, Burns, listen, you got to slow down on the dairy. That's really hurting you, honey. And I was like, pfft. I said, thank you so much for thinking of me. I really appreciate that. I'll look at that. Never did, blew it off, thought she was talking BS. And because I was addicted to my dairy, I didn't want to give it up. It's like, don't tell me I got to give up my dairy. Not doing it. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't at the level of consciousness and awareness that I am now and that I was at last June when I was really on my knees and scared for my life and begging for the solution. I was a different person then. Remember, this started in 2011 for me. That's 10 years ago this year. I was a completely different person, emotionally, psychologically, physically, spiritually, mentally, completely different person. And I love the journey that I've been on. I needed to have the emotional awakening, the mental decluttering, the spiritual awakening in baby steps. You cannot do this all in one big chunk. Sometimes we got to go through what we got to go through. So I wouldn't change anything. I really appreciate all of the learning that I had along the way. And it gave me absolute clarity when I found this, that showed me without question that this was it. Because I'd been through all of the traditional allopathic routes and none of them worked. Stomach removed in 2011, 90%. 75% of my liver removed in 2017, which grew back in 6 weeks, even on a very, very highly acidic lifestyle. And now 2020 was coming again, and they wanted to remove it again. Like, it took me all of that to realize, you know what I'm saying? All right, what I want to do now, I see your other questions. I'm going to have to ask you guys to just bear with me. I will see at the end of this class if I have time to get into these questions. Brenda, Rachel M, and no, Bob, I'm not going to do a Burns vegan restaurant. Absolutely not. I am on a very different path of educating people, definitely showing you how to create your own stuff, but I am not interested in being in the food service industry whatsoever. Number one, I don't want to work that hard anymore. And that's a lot. That's also not a very successful business path, as most restaurants fail. So especially in this day and age. So no. Thank you so much, Barry. Barry says, I love that you don't back down from what is true. Thank you. You're welcome. Because I've experienced it in a very unique way that a lot of people haven't experienced it. You know? Cheryl says, I like the saying, eat to live, don't live to eat. It's fuel. Absolutely. That's such a good one. Hang on a second here. I heard, do all raw fruit and veggies reverse cavities? Yes, it can. Yes, it can. How does the body react? And I know I keep saying I'm going to start classes, but that's okay. These questions are great. You guys are amazing. How does the body react to using olive oil and nut butters? Should we consume them? Consume them in moderation. Whenever you eat anything that has high fat, even if it is plant-based, and even if it is the whole nut or fruit, what happens is that the oil coats the outer layer of every cell in the body, preventing and hindering the transfer of nutrients through the cell wall. So if you have a lot, if you do consume a high fat diet, then that is going to impact your the amount of nutrients that will pass through the cell wall. I do eat it from time to time. I do like it. I love nuts. I like nut butters. I love avocados. Sometimes I love, but I've really kind of realized from just dabbling a little bit too heavily, like I said in the last, when we were getting the house ready for sale, that is really doesn't, it really slows down your detox too much. And I want to always be on a continual, beautiful healing detox protocol because I plan on living a long time. You know what I'm saying? So consume them in moderation is what I would say. Carrie says, I've known about raw food for 14 years, but it took my breast cancer diagnosis to get raw and stay raw. Yeah, sometimes it takes the pedal. Sometimes it takes the, hitting the fan. You know what I'm saying? In order for us to really wise up and to not play the fool with our health. All right. Okay, guys, so let's get started on our class. I know we are already an hour in. This is usually when we are finishing up class, but I do want to go through these very important class notes that I have for you. So starting off with this one, I love this meme. Clean out your cells interstitially. Sorry, let me start that again. Clean out your cells interstitial spaces with raw alkaline food. And that's what we're doing with this beautiful raw alkaline food. The interstitial means the spaces in between. The spaces in between our cells, every single cell in the body needs to be cleaned out in order for us to have optimal health. And this is done by taking in the most amount of alkaline fruit that you can and allowing the body to do the healing. This will clear out the inflammation, the cholesterol, and the calcium from all in between our cells, and in addition to that, right? Because those are the three ways that the body rushes in for our buffering system to buffer us against the acid. It rushes in with inflammation, it rushes in with cholesterol, and it rushes in with calcium, which it leaches from our bones. In addition to all the other toxins that we're consuming, that stays in the body unless we're able to get it out of the body. So over the course of this class, we are going to first look at what are the end results of the cleaning process, because I always think it's better to start with the good news rather than the bad news, because these detox symptoms that we're going to get into can be a little bit overwhelming. So if you're ever experiencing them, but I want to start off by talking about what the end results of the detox process is going to be. You're going to have increased energy, many times more dynamic and more dramatic than you have ever thought possible. By the way, if you have experienced any of these powerful end results because of your healing journey so far, drop it in the comments, baby. Drop it like it is hot so that other people in the class and other people that are watching this on the replay are able to see that, oh yeah, okay, somebody has experienced some of these things. So let me know. Deeper breathing, greater lung capacity. And whenever we have better lung capacity, we can handle stress more. People who are very stressed out breathe very shallow. And that has to do a lot with the chemistry that we're also putting into our bodies. So deeper breathing, greater lung capacity. We have more energy. We can run up and down the flight of stairs. Used to be, if I went from the basement of this house to the second floor, I'd be like, I'm not even kidding you. I'm not even kidding you. And now I literally jog up the stairs from the basement up to the second floor. And I'm like, oh yeah, okay, good. I mean, I feel it, but I'm not doubled over wheezing. Increased sense of smell, taste, and hearing. And if you notice, right, if you're healing out the body, and one of the benefits that you're getting is that you have an increased sense of smell and taste. You know, one of those things that they say is what you get, one of the signs of having the C19 thing. I don't know, maybe that will get this video demonetized or whatever, but I'm just going to say it. You don't lose your sense of smell and taste because you have a virus, all right? You lose that when all of the gunk is in between your cells and you can't use your nose to smell, and your taste buds are all clogged up interstitially. That's why you lose it. But when you clean out those interstitial spaces, you get an increase of smell and taste and hearing. I'm looking forward to the hearing part, because seriously, with my ringing in my ears, that is still something that I'm working on supporting my body as I heal it. Tumor reduction and elimination. Who doesn't want a bit of tumors to go away, or a lot of your tumors to go away and reduce? Loss of lymphatic swelling. You're not going to be swollen up. You're not going to be inflamed. Greater strength in previously weak areas. So remember, yesterday we were talking about bladder infections and how that is cleaning out, because those are fruit. The fruit is actually showing you by the symptoms that you're going to see in the detox symptoms where you're weakest. These areas are going to be strengthened. So if you are prone to UTIs, for example, as a lot of us women are, especially as we start detoxing, that area is going to strengthen. You're going to strengthen your body on a cellular level. Increase circulation. Gray hair begins to disappear and goes back to a natural color. I can definitely tell you that has happened with me. Although I do see a couple grays. but not nearly as much as I used to have. I guarantee you of that. Skin begins to tighten and become softer. Okay, this is one that I definitely have identified with. Like, I don't use any special creams or special soaps on my face. 55 years old. I cannot believe it. My skin is getting better and more supple as I age. How is this possible? Oh, yeah, right. Right, Burns. Fruits, that's how it's possible. Clarity in thinking, improved memory, disease symptoms disappear, blood sugars normalize. And remember, we had David. I want to show you guys in case, you have somehow forgotten, but David, Nancy's husband, who is in the class, blood sugar has gone down to 209. Still high, still on the diabetic range, or is it pre-diabetic? I can't remember right now offhand. But he's down over 200 points on his blood sugar. High fruit, high raw, has a little few indiscretions here and there, but he's doing it. He's doing it. Absolutely, he is doing it. Blood pressure will normalize. I've had many clients who've had either high blood pressure and it's come down to normal, or they've had low blood pressure and it's come up to normal. Deeper relationship with God and nature, because when you're eating living food, you have more of a connection with source energy that provided this for you and for me. Higher sense of happiness, joy, and well-being. Skin blemishes like pimples, rashes, etc. disappear, right? There you go. Cheryl is saying that right there. When our skin, as we know, is our largest eliminative organ. And when our kidneys are not eliminating properly, the body naturally goes to the next way to get those toxins out. It could be the lungs, where we see people with pneumonia. It could be the skin, often the skin. Bowels move better. Oh my gosh. Let me know in the comments if you're brave enough. I'll let you know my comments about this. My bowels have never functioned better. And I was chronically constipated from the time I can remember as a little girl. Like not going to the bathroom for up to 2 weeks at a time, and then painful to go to the bathroom. And then, of course, it's no surprise that I showed up with appendicitis at the wee age of 6 or 7 years old. Emergency appendectomy, almost lost my life in that surgery. Improved kidney function, filtering like a boss over here. Well, we're going to get into the kidney filtration and how to look for that in an upcoming class. Your voice strengthens. Heart arrhythmias disappear. Improved eyesight, which I can attest to as well. My eyesight has improved greatly on this. Overall sense of well-being and vibrancy return. Reversal of the aging process. Like anybody that you see who is eating an abundance of fruits is going to look younger than their chronological age. Anybody who is eating all of those other toxic foods, they're going to look older than their chronological age. It looks like a younger and older version right next to each other, like Cheryl. Does that right, Cheryl? Man. Never get sick or catch what's going around. I can tell you, my daughter, Kaya, would get sick at the drop of a hat all the time. It was never ending. I'd be laying in bed and she'd be like, Mom. And I'd be like, oh God, what is it now? Okay, coming. Whether it was the stomach flu or most of her stuff, actually, although she was a puker, man. Oh my God. She was a vomiter for sure. But the dairy and the macaroni and cheese, like the stuff I used to feed this child, it's no wonder she was so sick. But pneumonia constantly, bronchitis constantly, sinus infection, cold, flu, everything that went around, mononucleosis a couple of years ago. And it was as soon as she would get better from 1 2-week spell of feeling like hit by a truck, I'd have like a week of a break, and then it'd be something else. and it'd be antibiotics after. I mean, it was horrible, the stuff I put her through with all of that, antibiotic after antibiotic. She has not been has had so much of as a sniffle since she started doing this last year. We went through the entire typical cold and flu-like season, healthy as all get out, completely uninflamed in her body, not catching every little thing that is out there, because her environment, the spaces in between her cells, her terrain was clean. I have not had a flu. I've not gotten sick at all in this entire year that I've been doing this. And trust me, I'm out there. And I'm not a fanatical hand washer. I never put the hand sanitizer on my hands. That is poison. Don't put that on your hands. You don't know what's in there. Haven't gotten anything. Nobody in my house has been sick, because we are eating this way and we are cleaning our bodies out this way, and so much more. So much more. Before we do that slide, let me just check in with the comments. Cheryl says, my skin is much softer now and clearer now as well. Yeah, right? Like, I'll wake up and I'll be like, oh, my skin, because, that's what a girl does. Okay. She checks and she makes sure everything is good. Like, yes, everything is good. Give myself a little physical check-in when I wake up. Don't laugh at me. I know some of you out there are laughing, but you do it too. I know you do. And my skin is so soft. Like, I don't use body cream on my skin. I don't use stuff. And it's amazing the difference. Lois, my blood sugars, she says, are much better. And my blood pressure, although never high, is almost low now. Any time they take it, they say it's excellent. Way to go, Lois. You're doing it. I'm so proud of you and so happy for you. Cheryl says, I certainly feel younger and more energetic than I did 4 months ago. So many changes, babe. So many. And you've just been doing this for 4 months, right? Oh my gosh, girl. Amazing. Oh, wait. So let's talk about the detox symptoms. I'm going to run through this fairly quickly. I know that you can read this off as well, but I want to read it off for you because you might be listening to this just on audio. As we clean our bodies out, our body is naturally going to experiencing these detox symptoms. It's not that you're getting sick. It's not that you are doing anything wrong. In fact, when you see any of these detox symptoms, here's what I want you to say to yourself out loud, in your head, whatever. I am healing. Yes, I'm healing. When I get detox symptoms, and when you have a healing crisis, when you have a cluster of these come at the same time, you can feel like death warmed over. All right. Most important, get your rest, put yourself into bed, get your rest. Don't overexert yourself. If you can, like, just rest and keep yourself hydrated with your fruits. But I want you to say that. I want you to have that mantra. Yes, I'm healing my body. This is why I came. That's my mantra when I get it. And I've gotten it. There have been times where I've been like on a ride. But I always say the same thing. Yes, this is why I came. This is why I'm doing this. I'm doing this to dig deeper and to clean myself out. So obviously, I'm going to experience these things that many doctors will confuse with symptoms of illness. These are symptoms of healing the body. Let's run through it. Mild cleansing or mild detox symptoms, cold and flu-like symptoms, low-grade fevers of 99 to 100 degrees Fahrenheit, coughing with or without discharge, clear and yellow mucus discharge from the nose or throat, and this is because of the lungs, the bronchi, etc. And this mucus may include blood. So don't be alarmed. Minor aches and pains, chills, mucus in the stool or urine, loss of energy, which may go up and down, rashes and itching, disease symptoms increasing temporarily. And let me just make a little bit of a note on this one. I understand firsthand how much this can freak you out. I have been there. I've lived through that. I'm right there with you. I know what that feels like, All right. But I'm telling you, they pass. And it's just a sign and a symptom of your detox. It is not necessarily your disease getting worse. I'm not saying that it might not be something very similar to what that feels like, but I'm telling you that if you're on this healing protocol and you stick with it, you're going to find that those symptoms reduce over time because you're not feeding the same, you've changed what caused it. You've taken out what has caused the disease in the first place. And sometimes there's a little bit of a rebound effect. We feel that because we feel like, oh my God, it's getting worse. My symptoms of fill in the blank, I'm feeling them more in the body. This is because the spaces in between the cells are starting to, clean themselves out, and you're going to feel that at times. Mucus oozing from the eyes, mild headaches, minor blurred vision, minor vertigo. Those are mild cleansing symptoms, as well as weight loss, an average of 8 to 15 pounds in the first 2 weeks. Depends, of course, on the thyroid weakness, right? The level of your thyroid weakness can be as little as 2 pounds. If you have a really weak thyroid, it can be as little as 2 pounds. So I know those of you who are out there who want to do this for weight loss might be a little discouraged, but I'm telling you, that is a thyroid weakness, and that is something that you will heal over time. Absolutely. Emotions rising up, example, mild crying, anger, or even laughter. Very common. You cannot expect to do a deep physical cleansing out without also it affecting you on an emotional, a mental, and a spiritual level. They often go hand in hand. They do. Short-term nosebleeds, some rectal bleeding, hemorrhoids or lesions, and it is very common for anybody who has previously experienced hemorrhoids. It's very, very common to get that flare up again as you go through this. Minor blood in the urine is also a common mild cleansing symptom. Okay, the moderate cleansing symptoms of bronchitis or pneumonia. Remember, the lungs are an expulsory, that is where we expel our toxins out of the body. They are a mechanism for us to get out mucus and fluids that the kidneys and the bowels, the colon, are not able to do. So it is very natural to get this coming up. And in fact, I notice it a lot. Whenever I do a high citrus juice, I will feel it, and I will have to clear my throat a lot, and sometimes have a cough or this stuff. But when you get it to such an inflamed state, and it starts to inflame your bronchi, and it starts to really fill up your lungs with water, with pneumonia, that is also part of the body naturally trying to expel and purge out these toxins. And by the way, if you do experience a lot of bronchitis and pneumonia, guaranteed you were a dairy consumer currently or in the past, and even way in the past as a child. Heavy mucus discharges of green to brown mucus from the nose and throat, the lungs, and bronchitis. Pain in the joints, heavy discharge from the kidneys. Your urine color can change from brown to orange to dark yellow, all natural, normal symptoms and signs that your body is cleansing and cleaning itself out. Don't be alarmed. Keep going. It does pass. It does pass. If we can just get out of that monkey mind where we think, oh my God, the sky is falling when these things are going down, we would be really, really better off. We're going to allow the body to heal and to cleanse it out. And also remember, this whole emotional stringency around these detox symptoms, it is an obstruction in our energy. And obstructions in our energy flow are, again, a very high contributor to acidosis and to our body not flowing and working properly. So we got to get rid of these obstructions. Pain in old injuries or in degenerative areas of the body is another moderate cleansing symptom. Now, when we get to these kind of symptoms where we have minor paralysis of the limbs, that can be really, really scary. All right. You're paralyzed. Yeah. Bedridden. But, hang on, baby, hang on. These things will pass. And I'm just seeing off to the side here that Ravika is here. Hello, everyone. I just want to pop this comment on here because it's really relevant. Hello, everyone. My pain is gone. I can't believe it. I can. How many days did it take? Ravika, let me just give you guys a reminder. Ravika had a UTI, a urinary tract infection, that popped up right after she ate octopus and a cream-filled pastry and half of a cheese ball. And you got a UTI. And what did I tell you? This will clean itself out. This will clear itself out if you do not freak out and you keep doing your fruits. So I can believe it. Absolutely. I wasn't worried about you. I'm not surprised now either, because I know that this is what what you need to do to clean out these weak areas and this interstitial stagnation in the body. Chronic fatigue symptoms. We saw in Kristen's testimony yesterday, her chronic fatigue symptoms, right? Your chronic fatigue symptoms are going to resurface, and that might be one of the things that you feel. But overall, your chronic fatigue is going to be healed with this. That's just all of these symptoms are actually just your fruits showing you where you are weakest. Nosebleeds, spasms of the lungs in asthma, emphysema, moderate shortness of breath, same thing as in asthma, emphysema, COPD, pain in old injuries or in degenerative areas of the body, temporary increase in tumor size. Now, this could really freak some people out. It's like, oh my God, it's getting bigger. This is hurting my body. This is the body's way of healing and cleaning and cleansing. And this is sometimes what the body goes through. Disease symptoms magnifying, and this is usually short-lived. Sores appearing on the skin, oozing of innumerable substances from the skin, especially from the hands and the feet. Somebody was asking about your feet and the skin on your feet. This is common. Bruising is very common. Weak muscle breakdown, muscle built from meat protein. And I was just studying on Patty's channel, Patty Ledger, who is Dr. Morse's anatomy and physiology professor, who teaches anatomy and physiology to medical students who are becoming nurses and doctors. I'm always studying, by the way, guys. When I'm not teaching here with you guys, I'm constantly studying. And I was just watching a great explanation of how the muscle fibers, when we see bodybuilders who are building their bodies on protein, on animal protein, on a lot of dairy, and protein powder, all of that, how the muscle growth is really fat and inflammation. So the inflammation buffering system, the cholesterol buffering system that rushes in to protect in cases of acidosis, and the calcium buffering system, that is all those, the inflammation, cholesterol, and calcium that is in between the muscle fibers of the muscle. And that when bodybuilders, particularly, first of all, when they continue to destroy their bodies with this high protein fanaticism that they've bought into, they end up with damaged kidneys, renal failure, adrenal failure, big time. I saw that firsthand with almost every fitness competitor who I designed bikinis for as Passion Fruit Designs. I was a bikini designer before I went into, before this all happened. Almost all of them had adrenal failure, adrenal fatigue, they called it. Oh, my adrenals are asleep. Adrenal fatigue, when it was really adrenal failure, damage of the adrenal glands because of the excessive protein. And that when people who built their muscles on this weaker amino acid, this weaker protein that is very acidic for the body, you will feel like and look like you've lost muscle size. But as the body detoxifies and as the toxins are cleared out of those muscle fibers and the body starts to regenerate now after healing and the detoxification process has happened, the muscles will build back up on good bioavailable amino acids, and you will get your muscle tone back and quantity, but it will be built on a stronger, more bioavailable, viable amino acid structure. That was a mouthful. Let me take a little sip. How are you guys all doing? How are you guys all doing? Oh, these are not side effects. Hold on a minute. I just saw a comment here. Wow, that's scary. All these side effects. No, babe. Do you know what's scary? Keeping all this crap inside of your body that is making us have all of these cleansing symptoms. All of these things are just weaknesses that these fruits are helping us heal. What's scary is the health risk that you are in when you're continuing to eat this high dairy diet that you're on. Eggs and dairy. That's scary. That's scary. That's scary. And as we just saw, what are you scared of? What are you scared of, babe? As we just saw with Ravika, her pain is gone. It's short-lived. You're healing the body. Don't be afraid of your detox symptoms. Don't be afraid of not clearing the stuff out that is causing you to experience these detox symptoms, because what is that going to do in your body? I do apologize. My cat is like going a little bananas in the background there. I know she's talking to you. It's funny. All right, let's continue on. Let's continue on. There's nothing to be afraid of with these detox symptoms. What you need to be afraid of is not cleaning your body out and the health complication and symptoms that you're going to get because of that. That's what you should be afraid of. If you go through this healing, and you're not going to go through all of these healing symptoms either, right? This is just giving you an idea that if you experience any of the symptoms as you're going through your detox, you can rest assured that this is your body cleaning itself out. Heavy mucus discharge from the eyes and ears, vomiting, diarrhea. I've had both of those at the same time. Who cares? It's the body cleaning it out. As I'm doubled over on the toilet with a garbage bin in front of me and I'm having diarrhea, I'm saying, yeah, baby, get this shit out, get this stuff out. Get this stuff out. I want it out. I don't want it in my body anymore. Get these toxins out of my body. This is why I came. And then I crawl back into bed and I drink some more juice and I allow my body the opportunity to heal. Cellulitis or clumping, dizziness and or vertigo, minor heart palpitations, loose teeth, minor abscesses in the mouth. And remember, Judy, you had those abscesses in the mouth. This is a moderate cleansing symptom. That's how you know it's working, right? That's how, when you start supporting your body, listen, it's been decades that you've been putting this stuff in your body. You bet your bottom dollar that you're going to experience it as it's coming out to be healed. So don't be afraid of them, but you want to be aware of what you're going to experience, right? I would not be a good detox specialist and coach. I would not be a good teacher. I would not be a good friend if I didn't let you know some of the things that you can experience. Because I can't tell you how many times people message me, oh my God, such and such is happening to me. Why? Did you look at the detox notes about your detox symptoms? It's detox. Okay. Long and short of it. If you've been eating a diet made of 80% alkaline forming food, preferably high fruit, and you experience any of these things, it's detox. But if you're eating a high acid, high mucus, high animal product diet, and you're experiencing any of these things, that's your chemistry that you're putting in your body that's causing that. That's your acidosis for sure. Migraines, high fever of 103 to 105. And there are different ways to mitigate a fever. You can do a cold pack or a cold, wet, damp towel on the back of the neck, on the forehead. You can take a cool bath. You can moderate it. You can just keep an eye on it. Make sure to keep yourself hydrated as much as possible and let your body, these fevers are the body's infinite intelligence. They allow the pores of the skin to open, to cool, to eliminate the toxins through sweating, through the fever process. to get rid of toxins. This is the skin trying to open itself up to get the toxins out. We do not need to be afraid of them. And there are ways that you can address them and help support your body through it. I don't recommend taking Tylenol or Advil or whatever it is that people take to reduce a fever. That is suppressing your body's natural desire and attempt to detoxify your body. So don't suppress these things. Deep coughing, sometimes dry. Use herbs to loosen and eliminate or expectorate the impacted mucus. And there are a lot of herbs. You can check Dr. Morse's site, Dr. Morse's herbalhealthclub.com. And you'll see his lung tea and his lung tincture is really good. And you can look at the ingredients in there so that if you cannot avail yourself of the herbs, what you can do is you can look at what the ingredients on the tinctures are and go buy your own herbs and play with your herbs, baby. These are herbs. They're here to support your body, here to support your body. Depression or anxiety, very common. Emotional releasing and opening up, crying, anger, laughter. And I'm just going to give you guys a little pro tip. If you are living with people, or if you have to, work with people or whatever, if you're around people and you know that you're detoxing and you know that you're just having a surge of emotions, do what I do. I say to my family members, I'm in the middle of a deep detox right now, and everything is irritating me. So just ignore anything that comes out of my mouth until further notice, okay? Because it can get intense. It can really get intense, but that just means that your body is really healing on a deep level, and it passes. All of these detox symptoms, they don't stick around. They pass. They really do. It feels like you're in the middle of hell sometimes. I'm not going to lie. I'm straight up not going to lie, but not like you think. And it's short-lived. And then you have a clearing, and then you go back and you dig deeper and you have more detox symptoms coming up. But you know what? You can handle it. You can handle it. You got this. Heavy thoughts, lack of clarity, skin splitting where heavy toxins exist. So again, the skin on your feet, on your heels, my fingers sometimes just split. Horrible. It's painful. My fingertips feel really bruised sometimes. It's very common as I dig deeper in my cleanses sometimes, except as I'm itching the back of my head. Excessive itching, I'm not talking about that. I think I got a mosquito bite on my walk today. But excessive itching, very, very common, because again, the skin is impacted. And what happens on the skin is an indication of what is happening within. So very, very common. Mercury tooth fillings, sorry, typo right there. Mercury tooth fillings can be pushed out of the body. Yeah. Rectal bleeding from past or present hemorrhoids or lesions. And here are the strong detox symptoms. Not everybody experiences strong detox symptoms. And again, the level of your detox symptoms, the intensity that you feel, mild, moderate, and strong, really does depend on how toxic you are, right? Sometimes we don't realize how toxic we really are. And when you start getting into these strong cleansing or detox symptoms, and you start bringing up some of this gunk out of the interstitial spaces, remember the spaces in between your cells, you're going to start feeling them. Sometimes some people feel them really, really strongly. Paralysis of any part of the body. Black mucus discharges from the lungs. Heavy brown discharge or blood in the urine associated with kidney pain. Sorry, this is Dot's witching hour. She's like, I apologize. Heavy brown discharge or blood in the urine with associated kidney pain. Heavy black discharge from the bowels with diarrhea. tumors popping out all over the body. And you guys know we have several students in class who are experiencing this, and they're troopers. They're going for it. They're going for their healing, and they're not afraid of it. They're not afraid of it. This is not something that is very common either. This is a really strong effect. I've had people message me and say, "Oh my God, are my implants going to expel through my skin?" I'm like, I've never seen that or heard that. I wouldn't worry about that. I'm not worried about that for my implants. And we can get into a whole other topic. Yes, I know the whole implant thing, and I'm keeping mine. I like mine. I'm good with mine. Truth. But tumors popping out all over the body. This is in rare and extreme cases. Loss of sight. I had a client of mine who lost his sight for like a day and a half, completely freaked out. And I said, "You're going to be fine. It's a detox symptom," because I knew how deep he was digging. And in a day and a half, it came back, and better, actually. Loss of hearing, severe dizziness or vertigo, severe fatigue, abscesses developing all through the mouth, loss of fingernails or toenails. And our Lois in class right here tonight has experienced this, right, Lois? Excessive weight loss. This can result when a pancreatic weakness exists. Severe shortness of breath. Use an antispasmodic or an inhaler if you have that. Temporary deep depression released through crying, anger, or laughter, etc. Mental confusion, skin cracking open. Teeth can become loose in major cases, and old suppressed symptoms reappear, as in the case sometimes. So, Dr. Morse had a client. Sorry, we don't have patients. That's an allopathic word. He had a detox client of his that had poison ivy return on her body where she had it as a child, and she was nowhere near poison ivy. She was just detoxing the body. So remember, what you suppress today is your nightmare tomorrow. And while some of these things might seem like nightmare symptoms, it's because we've been suppressing our body. So it really behooves us to understand that when we clean out the spaces in between our cells with this beautiful alkaline fruit, we are healing our body. And as the other one, look down at your plate and ask, how is this going to make me feel? Not talking about the detox symptoms, because you're going to feel detox symptoms, but moving forward, how is your food going to make you feel? And our goal is for our food to make us feel well, to make us have a vibrant, healthy, beautiful, electric life. That is the whole reason why we are doing this. All right, I see a couple more comments here. Let's see. I'm 62 and most think I'm in my 40s. Thank you, fruits. Works from the inside out. Absolutely. You're 62, babe. Oh, hello. You are looking great. That's amazing. I put coconut oil in on my body or on my face. When I do want to use some moisturizer, when it's not really humid and hot out like it is lately in Ontario, I do use coconut oil as well, straight coconut oil. Lois said, I was freaked out when my 2 fingernails started coming off, and they did, slowly growing back though. So was that a symptom of my clogged lymphatic system? That was a symptom of your body, a sign that your body was clearing out your toxins. And you were also, might I remind you, you were putting on a lot of that poison that they have at the front of stores for you to kill the virus. You're putting that on your skin. That's toxic AF, right? So could have been that. Could have been that your body is just healing all that stuff out. Did you ever wear nail polish? That could be healing that out, right? Shalish was asking, what are your views on waxing? Does it damage the skin? It's a big industry. It is a big industry. I don't, and Judy, my cousin here, says waxing does not damage your body. I do it to clients all the time. I had waxing done once and I decided like never again. I went a different route. I went with laser hair removal surgery, laser hair removal treatments. Probably not very good to my skin. Um, I'm sure people that do it would say that laser hair removal is totally safe, but it basically burns out your hair follicles, whereas waxing rips your hair follicles out. I guess it's less invasive, and done properly. A lot of people do it and they're not really negatively affected. A lot of people do it with heated up sugar waxing. I mean, not one of the worst things that you can do for yourself, having your hair waxed. Sometimes I use wax strips to tidy up underneath my eyebrows. I don't really think it's something that it's let's say it's the least of your worries. Yeah. Let's see here. Ravika says, it's my second day on Heal All Tea and 5 persimmons. I meant to be only Heal All Tea, but I got too hungry. Listen, can we stop starving ourselves thinking that we need to do that in order to heal our body? Can we get off that train? Can we put that down? Can we put that down? If you are healing something out of your body's cells need the cellular dynamic energy to do the work. Can we just stop doing this deprivation thing? You got hungry because your body needs glucose and fructose in order to function. If there is one thing that I really want people to take away from this course, well, there's a lot of things. But if there's one thing that I really want us to really get through on a deep emotional and mental level, is to stop thinking that you need to deprive yourself in order to heal. Stop it, please. I have experienced a lot of these detox symptoms in the last several months. Yeah. And you've experienced a lot of the healing benefits too, right? The better mental clarity, your brain fog is much less, the mood changes, everything. Can juicing help? Hey there. Let me see if I can pronounce your name. I'm going to call you Paul because that's at the end of your name. Hello, Paul. Welcome to class. I see that you're a new student here. Absolutely. Yes, it can. You can also take a cayenne and garlic combination. That is really good. But remember, blood pressure has everything to do with the adrenal glands. So when you heal the adrenal glands, you heal the blood pressure, both high and low blood pressure issues. So yes, indeed. What you can't I'm so sorry about the kitty noise. You can't heal what you don't feel. Absolutely. Hashtag 10-day fruit detox. Yeah, baby. All right. Yes, it's so easy to eat some fruit to fill that hunger pain, and it's healthy for you. Exactly. I cannot understate this enough. Like, I really want to emphasize this. If you're hungry, eat some food and some fruit and stop feeling guilty about it. All right. Fruits, alkaline, good. Okay. That's what we need to keep in mind. I hope you guys enjoyed this class. I certainly did. This was a longer class than we have usually been doing. I want to thank you all so much for being on this healing journey and for really taking the time to learn about how what we put in our body is actually a big part of what we experience in our body. I know it seems pretty common sense, right? But sometimes common sense isn't that common. What we put in our body affects our body directly. We can heal that. We can turn it around. There is nothing to be afraid of. You can handle a few detox symptoms. It's to your advantage. It's to your advantage to go through some of those detox symptoms, because on the other side of it, you are tapping into your health and vitality, your true vibrancy. It's everything. It is everything. That's easier. Thank you, lovely. Yes, it's so much easier. We need to stop making this so hard on ourselves. We need to stop thinking that we need to starve ourselves, or that we need to do a water cleanse, or that we need to do a only drink heal all tea. I never said that. I never said that. So stop it with that. The moderate approach is much, much better. It's going to make this a sustainable lifestyle for you. Because if you think that you need to go on this crazy extreme, all juice detox, water detox, and then go back off the wagon and eat all that cooked fried food and all that cooked meat and all that dairy and all the eggs and all this junk food, this vegan even junk food, this fake meat nonsense, then you're missing the whole point. We should be having mainly fruit, high fruit, low fat, mainly raw, some cooked food, as long as they're not mucus forming in nature. And you're going to have a really easy life. It's going to be like natural for you. It's going to be like what you crave. Thank you, Rachel. Rachel says, wonderful class, Burns. Thank you for all your time and brilliant, wise knowledge. We love you. I love you so much too. You're so welcome. Sherry says, thank you for your time and effort to teach and teaching us. You're so welcome. I love doing this. I love you guys so much. I love you guys so much. I think about you. I dream about you. I go to bed thinking about, oh, I wonder how Ravika is doing with her UTI. I wake up thinking, oh my gosh, I wonder how Jen is doing. Jennifer says, thanks, Burns. We'll catch the first half on the replay. Awesome, babe. I'm so happy to hear that. Thank you so much, Cheryl. Cheryl says, thanks, Burns. You rock. I love you, babe. Thank you. Paula is here again. Paula, I love you so much, babe. Amazing information. Thank you so much. You're so welcome. You guys, I really want you to understand how much these classes mean to me. And, if it weren't for you guys here being so welcoming of me and so, patient with me while Dot, chases whatever spiritual being is playing in the background with her. I swear to God, she plays. There's an entity, a positive, beautiful soul that is in our house that plays with the cats all the time. So thank you for bearing with that. And you're welcome. Thank you for these classes. They're so helpful. I'm so, so glad to hear that, babe. Finally, Venice says, finally, I caught a live from Melbourne. Love you. I love you so much, Venice. I hope you were here for the whole class. If not, catch the rest on the replay. And I will see you guys tomorrow. I love you so much. Keep it juicy. Fruit it up, baby. Fruit it up. I love you. Mwah.